Hello everybody, welcome to another Silent Hill Homecoming tutorial. This time around we'll be doing All Bosses New Game Plus. This run, you have to beat all the bosses, but the good thing is we get to use the laser pistol. So, makes it fairly easy. There's a lot of newer clips that we haven't got to see yet, compared to any percent New Game and New Game Plus. You actually get to go through majority of the dungeons in the game, so let's go ahead and jump right in, get through Alchemilla, and actually get to the real part of the run. So, as always, make sure you're playing on 360 because it's the best version of the game to run. Set your brightness to 0. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna turn down the audio because this game gets very loud. I don't want you guys to be able to hear me. Go ahead and put the brightness at full. So, new game. Normal. Costume choice does not matter. I always do young Alex. That's just me, personally. Personally, I like that costume. But unskippable cutscene right here.
Talk to me. Say something. Oh God. Oh God. Hey, what are they doing? What's going on there? Hey, where are you taking me? No. Hey! No. Where am I? Hey, what is this place? Hey, where are you taking me? No! Where am I, man? Hey, wait. Where are you going? Don't leave me here!
That was fun. Fun little cutscene. Alright, so you'll usually start your timer whenever the little mash A prompt comes up. Just start your timer whenever you start mashing. So make sure not to mash too fast. Mashing fast in this game sometimes can drop inputs and, you'll lose time. And it's never fun. Don't have to go that fast. I mean, something like that fast is good. Alright, go through these doors. Little interaction with Josh, the main antagonist of the game. Okay, then put in the code 624872. This code will never change, so just memorize it. Also, kind of take your time moving through keypad or any kind of first-person puzzle segments because the game does tend to lag and will sometimes eat inputs, so trust me, I kind of take my time doing it too. So, all right, first movement optimization thing that you can do is you can actually roll into cutscene triggers, and when you do this, it actually you'll actually keep the forward progression of the roll instead of just walking into it. You actually can get a couple of more steps ahead. So. Right here, we're going to open the door, walk in. Well, now I can kind of give you an example of what I could have done. Open the door, and I walked into the cutscene trigger. So look at where I'm at. If I would have opened the door and did something, I wonder if can you close doors in this game? I don't think you can. Okay, let's say I opened the door and I did this. I'd be right here instead of like way back here. So rolling into certain cutscene triggers is actually pretty beneficial. I just kind of did it a little too late. Alright, come over here and grab the knife. And this is supposed to be the tutorial segment on how to melee fight in this game. The good thing is we don't actually have to fight the nurse that's about to pop out. I'm just gonna walk right past her. Booty shot, though. Best part of running this game is the booty shot. Just go ahead and move past her. Squeeze in through here. Alright, we can ignore that first aid kit since we are going to be using the pew pew gun. Don't got to worry about taking any damage. You're pretty much invincible. Alright, so when I open this door, Josh is actually going to drop a wheelchair down a staircase to the left. And once I walk forward, he's going to drop it down. I'm going to show you what happens if you go up the stairs normally. Alright, that was fine. Sometimes Alex's hitbox is bigger when he's faced this way. So sometimes your hitbox will get caught on the wheelchair and you'll get pushed down. So you don't want that to happen. The best way I can tell you to prevent that is when you come into this room, come to the staircase like this and then go up it sideways. It'll actually shrink your hitbox a little bit. So you can actually consistently dodge the wheelchair. Alright, go ahead and turn off your flashlight. There are going to be a couple of nurses in here. Not really have to really worry about them. They are still going to move, but just come up here and mash A. Like I said, it doesn't matter how fast you go. Squeeze right in. If you start taking damage as you're going through the crevice, you'll be fine. You don't take any damage. You actually have iframes when you're going through crevices or trying to squeeze in between like two walls or something. You'll be fine. Go through here, go to the right, to the left side of the bed, and we get introduced to another enemy, which is boogs, the spooky bugs that like to drain your health. These guys will attach you, start draining your health. You have to like mash a certain button, it'll pop up on the screen to get them off. We're not going to worry about that. So right here, you're going to hold right on both sticks. So you move into the door to the right immediately. Open it up. If you do it quick enough, you won't get attacked. But right there, I'm going to get attacked by one. So it's going to start draining the health. But it's really not a big deal. I'm not going to waste time to pull it off. Because what's really cool is you just drop down right here. And when you drop down at the bottom, it'll actually explode. So it'll kill the enemy for you. It doesn't even matter how many there are on you. You should still have your flashlight off at this point so you don't make the nurses even more mad. So, go up the stairs. I know it's dark, but you'll get the gist of it when you start playing. Go back downstairs. Back through the crevice. Now I'm going to explain using key items on doors or locks or whatever. So as you can see, it says examine and inventory, or left bumper for inventory. So if I go to left bumper and then highlight the operating key, it says to press A to use it. You do not have to do that. The only thing you have to do is highlight it, let go of left bumper, and it'll use the item for you. So let's say you were using A to use the item. Let's say you weren't close enough to the door. So you're going to be mashing A to get to the menu. It's going to tell you that you can't use this item here, and then you're probably going to be close enough to examine the door. When that happens, you're going to have to be like, oh god, what the heck? I mean, you could even miss the key item. You might pick the wrong key item. That's happened to me many times. But doing it this way just guarantees that you're not ever going to examine the door that you're trying to use the key item on, which can waste more time. So, right here I'm close enough to the door. I'm going to go ahead and just let go of left bumper. And there we go. I use the key. And you can do that on a lot of things in this game. Like, I would say majority of the things in this game. There's only a couple of,
Joshua, is that you?
I guess puzzles that you would use the item on. They want you to examine it first and then use it. So, when we get there, I'll point it out. Okay, so this is the first little conversation cutscene that you have. Usually there's there's usually 2 to 3 dialogue choices. So here it's going to be 2. They're going to have 2 dialogue choices. So just hitting Y, honestly, just hitting Y this entire cutscene will make the dialogue go by quick. Well, it won't make it go by quicker, but it's the fastest dialogue choice. So after you pick the second one, you can stop mashing Y. So we're going to try to become Josh's friend by finding Robbie the Rabbit, which does not belong in this game. You go ahead and turn on your flashlight too. Alrighty, ignore this. Try not to hit this thing, because, my god, look, I mean, you'll get caught on it. So here's another door that you can actually roll into the cutscene trigger to move ahead a little bit. So when you go into the room, just roll. And you actually will move forward a little bit more than you think. Make a couple of steps. So, you know, save little minuscule amounts of time, but it does help. Alright. It's always going to be X, A, or B. It's never Y. Like I said, just... pretty sure the mic could pick that up. It's as fast as you have to go. Alright, now that we got the rabbit, we're going to go back to Josh. A bug is going to attach to us. Just ignore it like we did the last time. And we're going to do the little item thing that I told you about. So go up to the door, left bumper, highlight the item that you're going to use, let go. And then press start to skip the cutscene. And that's Alchemilla. The most boring part of this run, and you will be doing it a lot when you're trying to optimize your times. Especially with New Game Plus, since attic door clip is really hard to do, but we don't have to worry about that clip today, thank goodness. So yet another unskippable cutscene. Do 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 do. Alrighty, so after this, that's funny. Sorry, I saw something funny on my phone. We're gonna get the laser pistol. That's the next objective. Already skipped this cutscene right here. Go ahead and move forward. We're gonna hit another cutscene. Skip that. Then we're gonna head over here to the left and head to our house. One important note: it really doesn't matter how you move in this game. Diagonals really don't matter. Pretty much, you're gonna get to the same spot the same amount of time. Does not matter. Alright, press start to skip the cutscene. Don't hit start immediately. Kind of wait for the house to get into focus, and the darkness, you know, gets out of the screen. Sometimes if you press start too soon, you'll actually pause the game, and you'll get right here. It's happened to me many times, so you can probably lose like half a second. That is if you react to it really quick. Alright, hold left right here. We're going to go up the stairs. Holding left right here will actually get us a head start moving.
Hello?
Go up into our room.
That's strange.
And grab the pew pew gun. Everyone's patented Konami laser pistol. Everyone's favorite. Why wouldn't you love this thing? It goes pew pew. Alright. Now we get to do something that we're going to be going a complete different route than any percent New Game Plus or just regular any percent New Game. we get to go a completely different route. And that is through the bookcase. So just move these to the left, just highlight them. Each of them we're going to go over, move them over left twice. This will open up. And I know this is going to be really dark to see, because I'm not going to, well, I guess for the sake of anything, I can just grab the flashlight. It's not really a big deal. You don't have to grab the flashlight. I'm doing this so you guys can see the clip a little bit better. Yeah, that's better. So you're going to clip through this wall right here. So we'll go ahead and explain clipping. The reason clipping works is that every time Alex aims with a pistol, he actually moves forward. So watch. I'm gonna look how far forward you actually go. So when you move when you're able to move forward like that when you're aiming, for some reason, when you do this little method right here, when you're strafing back and forth, you actually will start clipping into the walls. As you see right there, he's trying to go in, but it's not working. Some walls have more resistance, some walls have less. So what you do is get up to the wall that you want to clip into. So for example, if I want to clip through this wall, I'll aim, let go of aim, strafe to the left, aim, let go, strafe to the right, aim, and you just do that in quick succession. So it would look something like this. And if you get it right, you'll actually get a pull and you'll start going into the wall. I'm not going to go into that wall because I'll get stuck. I know I'll get stuck. So, for example, right here, we'll do the same thing. Strafe, get a pull. Kind of start looking to the left, and then you'll fall. So, we're now in a different room of the house that we can't see. I can't remember what part of the house this is. I think it's the kitchen. It's the kitchen. We're in the kitchen right now. It's just not loaded. As you can see, everything else is loaded. Well, to some degree. But there's actually a door that's not, in sight. And we're going to go to that door, and it's actually going to allow us to leave the house without having to get the garage door opener, get the gas, drain the water, fight a lurker. We don't have to do any of that. You're just going to kind of walk forward over here to this corner. And right there, there's going to be a door. So I'll try to back it up. Like this, you see that little wire right there? You're gonna like go next to that wire, and then you're gonna hit A. And oh, there you go, there's a load screen. And look where it's gonna put us. Right on the patio outside. And if we go over here to where we traditionally would get out, you'll see that it's not loaded because technically there should be water right there, I guess. But it's not loaded, and it won't let us go in this way because it's technically still locked. But all thing we gotta do is now we're gonna start going to the cemetery. Go through the gate. There's this neat little trick that you can do where after this load screen, you can actually start moving during the next little cutscene. It's very, very short, but you can get some extra forward progression during the cutscene because you can't skip it. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold right on the left stick to guarantee that you'll start moving immediately. And as you can see, I can already start moving, and hopefully I can get up kind of far, which I did. I got all the way up here, and the door that we went through was all the way back here. So there you go. Get a little bit of forward progression, which is nice. Okay, so unlike any % new game, we're actually going to clip to the next area, and it's actually we're gonna be clipping into a completely different spot. Like I said, we're gonna be going to a lot of different areas in this run. So go up to Mayor Bartlett, watch this stupid cutscene because you kind of have to, and then go down here. This is gonna trigger a fight with the feral, which is the skinned dog enemies. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna skip the cutscene. He always is gonna lunge at me, and he always lunges on the right side. So I'm gonna shoot him while he's in the air. And the only reason you want to kill this guy is because you don't need. For one, it's not because you have to grab the key item that's down there. It's because when you backtrack here, there's gonna be at least 3 ferals in this little pit, And trust me, you don't want to get tackled by one because you'll probably get tackled by another. Getting stun locked in this game can happen. And you want to prevent that because it will kill your run. So we'll climb down here, skip the cutscene, and just point the gun to the right and shoot him. Easy peasy. Skip that thing, because guess what? We're going to do a clip. And I actually get to explain pillar clips a little early this time. So, they're called pillar clips for a reason. As you can see, it's a pillar. But pillar clips are a little bit different. Instead of a normal wall clip, where you would go, the wall would suck you in and then push you out, or push you back out the same way. Pillar clips, when you get inside the center of them, will actually shoot you up. And what we're going to do, there's actually an invisible line. It's like a wall. This wall might as well be sticking out over here. And instead of, like, doing all the stuff that we need to do and backtracking and then coming back and this gate's just open for some reason, we're going to go over it and we're going to go ahead and head to the hotel in Silent Hill. So, kind of the same thing as clipping. Do your strafing. I try to clip, like, towards the left. You can kind of see it, like, it's kind of, like, thicker in the middle. I try to get to the left. Let's see if that'll work. Yes, it did. Okay. As you can see, I'm just kind of floating on nothing. So what you want to do is you kind of want to get to the right, because you can fall into the center of the pillar, and you will fall through the floor, and you will die. So what you want to do is kind of get towards the right, and then at this point, you can't move forward. I guess I should explain that first when I got up here. What I was doing a thing called gun walking. It's where you aim and let go of aim. It allows Alex to move forward. Because like you said, when you aim and unaim, Alex walks forward. This is why we can clip. So we can do this here to actually keep moving forward even though we can't move with the stick. This is how we're able to keep on moving. So there's two methods of doing this. You can do hold it and let go, hold it and let go. Or you can do it, you can actually do it a lot faster than that. Some people do the slow way and some people do the fast way. Honestly, doing the fast way is the best way. Save those times, save those frames. So the best way to get pretty consistent at it is the aimer will show up on the screen. The second it shows up, just let go. So you'll get something like this. Something like that. Alright, once we get to the other side, there's still going to be a wall for no reason. So kind of like angle yourself to the right where the statue's at, and keep going that way. And if you keep doing it, you'll eventually fall on the other side. Just like that. So we skip a huge part of the game, maybe like 10-15% of the game, just by doing that. Alright, so we're going to go in here and do one of the easiest slide puzzles you've probably ever seen in your life. Just go up to this, move the singular one to the left, move this big one over to the right and up, move this one up and to the right, and then go up to the one with the little lever thing and pull it all the way down. And at that point, you can skip the cutscene, and now we are actually going to be in Silent Hill for the first time. This is the first point in the game where you actually get transferred to Silent Hill. And this area is called the hotel. This is the hotel area. Eventually we're going to get inside, but first we need to go get the axe. Because, you know, when we were doing the other routes, we would do clips to where the game would kind of just automatically give us the weapons. But this time around, we're having to actually collect them. If I'm not mistaken, we already have the pipe, which is something that we didn't pick up. So that's the one item we did get in the long run. We also did get the regular pistol. But who needs that piece of garbage when you have Pew Pew Gun? We'll go ahead and grab the axe. Now we can break down boards. You actually get the pipe in the garage at your house. And since we skipped that, the game just kind of gives it to us because it's like, oh, you shouldn't be here without the pipe. Just run past the smogs. Don't mess with those guys. They'll fuck you up. I will be killing the ones that are out here for the sake of doing a puzzle. But we'll get to that in a second. So go ahead and equip the axe. Break down these boards. I always go ahead and switch back to the laser pistol. Because we won't need the axe for a little bit.
Josh?
There's Josh running at 50 miles an hour and disappearing for no reason because he's a jerk. Go through here, grab this key. It's gonna be a key for the outside. We're gonna go turn on the power. Wouldn't be a survival horror game if we couldn't, if we couldn't turn on the power, because you know the power's always gonna be off. All right, go back outside. You can ignore that guy. Sometimes when you come back in here, though, he'll scream at you. So, technically, you should be doing this puzzle quick enough to where these smogs won't trap you. So let's see if I can't do that. Well, you know what? I want to show you how to do the puzzle properly. Go ahead and just kill these guys, get them out of the way so we don't have to worry about them. These guys are beefy. You want to do the puzzle for this guy gets it in right here and you can't get out. So, this puzzle is very simple. It's just that, like I said before, when you're in the first-person puzzle mode, it's really hard. Well, it's not really. I should say, inputs get eaten really easy. So, here's the puzzle. The solution is, just remember it this way. You want the green wire to be all the way to the right and by itself. So we'll highlight the right one right there. The green wire is now by itself. You want the yellow and you want the white wire to be together, as in you want them to be crossing. Kind of like, well, not like that. You want it to be like something like that. And then you want the red and blue wire to be crossing each other. I don't think that's going to work, because I think the green and the red are touching. Let's see. No, it did work. Okay. So basically you want the yellow and the white to be making, like, they want them to be crossing each other. They want the blue and the red to be crossing each other. And they want the green to be by itself. And they give you the most dull hint ever. Like, that's garbage. That's a garbage hint. It makes it too easy, but not easy enough. Because some people are going to be like, oh, know what to do. I know I thought that when I first played this game. I was like, what? I vividly remember this puzzle for that exact reason. So, alright, so the power's back on. Ignore this guy. Try not to get hit by his stupid gas. And we're going to run up to the elevator. Instead of going inside this time, we're going to go ahead and press the button since the power is on. I like to stand like this and be holding right so that I can immediately get into the door. And then press the button, which is right there. So we have a little short cutscene right here. But after this cutscene, we're going to fight needlers. But we have the pew-pew gun, so it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So first things first, I think the first one's going to come from the left, if I'm not mistaken. Shoot him off. Then the next one's going to come from the right. This pattern will never change. The next one will come from the center. So go ahead and just get ready for him to come out. Then the right. And last but not least, the left. Alrighty, and that's it. Elevator will start moving and we'll get out of here. If you've ever played this game casually, you should know that the hotel, you're supposed to help like some lady in her room. She wants pictures. We don't have to do any of that crap. We're actually just going to go immediately to the boss. That's why I love this run so much. Though this dungeon is actually really good, in my opinion. So go ahead and switch to the knife, cut this open. Squeeze through. And here's the door that we need the key from the lady, but guess what? We're not gonna do that because we can clip. You're gonna clip through this wall right here. This clip is a little weird. Go ahead and do your strafing. You should get a pretty clean pull. If you feel any resistance, just kind of, you might want to just move around. Like that right there, it was pulling me to the left. You don't want to be all the way to the left. You want to be like right here. So have it suck you in. Once you feel like you're far enough in, kind of start moving the camera to the left. And just let it pull you in. Then you're going to start seeing the wall and then the other room. Once you get to a certain point in the wall, you actually can let go of aim and start moving, which I'm not quite there yet. Let me let this go to the right a little bit more. Like I said, this clip's a little weird. Right there, you see that little push that happens, so you can let go, and there you go. You can actually just walk out of the wall at that point. And then just jump across the ledge, it'll trigger a cutscene. And, oh my goodness, we're at the boss area already. Run through here, you have to touch this door. Start going back. It'll start becoming creepy. You can open this door once you start seeing this door peel. So once you start seeing it peel, you can go ahead and go in. Alrighty. Unlike the other runs, this run in particular, we actually have to do a lot of conversation parts. So this is the conversation with Mayor Bartlett.
Mayor Bartlett, I need to talk to you.
Yeah? Well, make an appointment in my office.
You're gonna pick X.
What the hell's happened to Shepherd's Glen? You're the mayor. These people are your responsibility.
Now you listen to me, you little asshole. I did everything
It's good voice
I could
acting.
to protect those people. But you can't stop what's already been started. What the hell else do you want from me?
And then you're gonna hit X one more time, and that's it. After this conversation is done,
Bet you don't even know where he is.
Mayor Bartlett's a little winded, but you know. I'll go ahead and I guess I could explain the fight. This fight is called you shoot the guy and then he dies. You shoot him once, he'll go into his second phase. Then you're gonna dodge his fist by I guess you can roll backwards or roll to the right. And when you do that, you just shoot him, and then you do the prompt. You get up to him and it'll say press X, and you do that and it's done. So you shoot him. That's first phase. Skip the cutscene. Well, I guess you can't skip it. Roll to the right. Well, that time he punched with the right. What a jerk. Just kind of shoot him. You fall to the ground. Hit X. Congratulations, you beat Sepulchre. Hardest thing about that whole thing in the hotel is getting that clip. The boss fight is nothing. Skip the cutscene right here, and right now we're stuck in prison. Can't do anything. We don't have our weapons. Wheeler put us in here because he's a jerk, because he thinks we killed Mayor Bartlett. You just kind of do whatever you want. Get a drink, go to the bed. This would be definitely a good spot to take a quick pee break. A very quick pee break. Most of the time I'm just teabagging the ground, not caring. Once the cutscene triggers, we're going to skip it and we're going to have a conversation with Wheeler. And on this conversation piece, it gives us 3 options, and we're going to hit A for all of them. So this whole thing, you can mash A. Wheeler takes a long time. He sucks. Alright, skip. Start hitting A.
Well, you're not going to be able to ask him anything. He's dead.
Dead?
Dead?
Shit. And you better start telling me what you're up to, Alex. I want to know right now.
I'm just trying to find my brother, okay? I thought the mayor might know something. His son is missing too.
A lot of people are missing, but that doesn't give you the right to kill a man.
I didn't kill anybody.
Then what happened?
Came alive out of the goddamn tree.
Some kind of creature, but worse than the others. It came to life out of the goddamn tree. That's what killed him. And that's a tree.
Alright, and after you do that, Wheeler is nice enough to let us out. So with these parts with Wheeler, you kind of need to stay close to him because he won't progress forward unless you're kind of close to him. So like right here, if I stand back here, will he open this door? I guess he will. Watch, I'm going to try to stay far away from him right here. See, he won't go to unlock the doors. You need to stay next to him so he'll actually start opening the doors as quick as possible. Right here, he's going to go to a door to the left, but he's going to get scared by a monster. So let him go over there and examine the door, and then I just back roll for funsies. Because he's going to go through this door right here. This is, we're kind of getting to the parts where it's kind of like Resident Sleeper, so... Get close to him, he's going to explain a plan. Just kind of do whatever you want. After he's done explaining, he's going to go open this door that's in front of us. What you're going to want to do is get behind him and start trying to get around him on the right. You actually can get in front of him. And the only thing that'll do is it'll start the cutscene trigger a little bit quicker. So, you're going to start opening the door. Get like right here. Get in front of him, just like that. Cutscene trigger will happen. Skip it. Run past these jabronis. Go through here. And go to his office. We're going to get our stuff. Cutscene. Skip it. Flying chair for... Oh, we didn't get the flying chair? Oh, that's sad. Sometimes this chair, for no reason, just like... will fly in the air. For no reason. Just whatever. Switch to the axe and go to the left. You'll get separated from Wheeler. And we'll go ahead and chop these boards down. We're about to go into a room that has 2 schisms. You actually can break down these next set of boards without killing these guys. I don't recommend it though, because you will die sometimes. You will get hit. So switch to your pew-pew gun. Shoot these guys until they're dead. You can juggle them if you're good enough. Those guys behind you, or the other schisms that came out, they will follow you, so... We just gotta get through here first. Alright, at this point, as you're going through here, switch back to your pistol. Go through the right door. Well, usually the right door. Or is it the left? No, you go through the left door. If you go through the left door, that schism won't activate immediately. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go to the left door and you'll be fine. You won't have to be, like, dealing with this guy. But it doesn't really matter because you have to wait for this door to open. So, go ahead and crawl under, skip the cutscene, and pew-pew this guy. Takes 3 shots. Cutscene, skip it. We are now in the sewer. The sewer is boring. It is very, very, very boring. Skip the cutscene. This time around, it's sort of like an escort mission, but not really. Elle's gonna help us out a lot. So, the only thing I can say here is just kind of follow what I do. There's nothing too special to it. There's no clips you can do here to make it go by quicker. I've been doing a lot of tests recently because someone, I'm sorry that I forgot your name, but they had talked to me and they were like, "Hey, could you maybe clip right here?" And I've tried and I couldn't get anything to work. So for now, this is the best possible way to do this. You're not gonna fight anything. So right here, there's gonna be a couple of lurkers, and as long as you keep moving forward, most of the time Elle's gonna follow. I've only seen one occasion, that was with robots, where Elle got caught on some enemies and ended up dying. Because if Elle dies, you game over. Come up here, switch to the pipe. You're going to pry this open. I'm going to try to switch back to the pistol. And then we turn this little wheel. It's going to drain the water, which is kind of silly. I don't understand why you just can't swim. Adding swimming animation costs money. That's why they did this. So Elle should be right here at this point, which she is. She's fine. In more ways than one. So we're going to go over here. Do not use the ladder right here. You know what? It's going to give you the option to use the ladder. Don't do that. You want to go to the side and drop down. You get down way faster. We're going to go up this ladder. All the way over here. This place is a little bit like a maze. Once you get it memorized, though, it's not too bad. And we're going to go all the way to the end of this hall. And start spinning this crank. And once Alex stops, you can actually stop pressing A. You don't have to keep mashing it. And he's just going to hold that until Elle finally shows up. And trust me, she'll take a long time sometimes. There she is. Alright, this little cutscene we can't skip.
This thing's not moving.
And we're going to backtrack. Because apparently there's no way for us to actually get through over here. And that's when all the enemies start spawning. But you don't gotta fight them. You don't gotta fight anything until the very end of the sewer. So climb back up. And remember to drop down. And then climb back up. Backtracking all the way back to the beginning, where we started. More enemies will show up. Must cross the sea of lurkers. Lucky shot, bro. Everybody gets one, I guess. Alright, once you get past the lurkers, just walk forward. The gate you need to go to is right here. L should already be there. Because the gate that we were at was right here. So, just ignore the needler. Just keep moving forward. Are you getting attacked? Stop being stupid, L. Alright, go to the left. This needler's gonna pop out, and you can just kind of walk straight through them and climb. Sadly, right here, you do have to climb down the ladder. There's not enough space to drop down. And if you did, I think you'd die. I think. Is there, like, gaps? No, there's not. Okay. Once you climb down, there's a little gap right here. A little doorway. Go through here. Jump down. You want to go to the right. A lurker is going to spawn. You don't have to worry about it. And climb up. Hit this lever. I will tell you this much, it's really hard for Elle to die. It's really hard for her to die. Drop down. Drop down again. And we're at the end of the sewer. Head right over here. And we have to do a little gauntlet. We have to fight 3 needlers and a Siam, but pew pew gun. Go ahead and start opening this. Elle should be here shortly. There she is. She's gonna be like, oh, there's not a crank over here.
Alex, there's just no way to open the gate.
Alright, so the first needler is gonna spawn to the right. These things are very annoying when you try to shoot them from the front. They will block anything. They will even block blast from the pew pew gun. So, if they keep blocking, don't just keep firing. Just kind of like shoot and stop. Because sometimes they'll I don't know, they'll stop blocking. Then go to the left. One will spawn from the left. Another one's going to spawn on the right. Then after you kill these guys, a Siam's going to spawn in this, like, towards the back. So what I do is I'll walk forward and keep firing. And once I see the red and it goes away, I know he's dead. And you know he's dead because this gate is going to start opening. And since you have to wait for the gate to open anyway, it's okay to move forward. Just to make sure you killed him. Blood. So much blood for no reason. Because Elle's fine. Alright, that's the sewer. Next is going to be Doc Fitch's office, where I'm actually going to make a save and I'm going to load up another save file so I can kind of give you an example of how to navigate this one area. Because we are going to be navigating a huge segment just blind in the dark. And it's actually one of the reasons why I kind of like this run. Alright, just move forward. And skip all these cutscenes, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be 2 ferals out here. I actually started killing them recently because I've had runs just could be completely ruined by them. I got tackled twice and had to reset. Because right here, you're about 40 minutes in. 30, 40 minutes in, so. Go over here to the right. You're going to see blood on the ground. Just kind of follow the blood. Cutscene trigger will be right here. Skip that. Just keep following the blood, and then we're going to go into Doc Fitch's office. So this dungeon is really, really, really small until you go to the Silent Hill version of it. And I mean small, I mean it's like 2 rooms. You're gonna go in here, examine this doll case, and when you go back out through the door, there's gonna be 5 nurses. So, kill them all. There we go. Go over here to this, grab the key. It automatically makes you look at the note, so just skip to the notes section. Is there a save point here? Is there a save point like when I go to the creepy version? Either way, we'll figure it out. I think there's a save point here. I could be wrong. Alright. So go ahead and use the key on the little dolled case. Skip the cutscene, and now we're in the evil doctor office. That it's actually a pretty cool dungeon when you play it casually, because it's a vertical dungeon. It actually goes down. That's how they were able to make a huge dungeon out of a small space. So it's automatically going to put the Scarlet Doll in our inventory. Alright, I don't think there's a save point. This is what I'll do. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. And well, I'm going to show you the dark portion of it. And then, how can I do this? How can I do this? Is there a save point? If I climb down, I'll ruin everything. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do it this way, and then I'll load up a save once I'm able to find another save point, and I can show you guys there. I think that'll be the best way. So you're gonna move right here to this open spot, and you're gonna do your pistol strafing. You should start clipping through the wall. Sometimes you get a pillar climb, which is lame. If that happens, just kind of back up and try again. There we go. And you're going to fall through the floor into infinite blackness. And you'll know when you hit the ground because you'll like fire like floaties that are everywhere. We'll stop moving for a second. We'll stop moving like really fast. So you need to navigate this part in the dark. And the best way I can explain this to you, and the best way to learn this, is get to this point in the game, memorize what you need to do. It's exactly what I had to do, and it's a little hard. I mean, you gotta think, and it's really good to hear this part too. There's a lot of sound cues that you can use. So after you fall, the only thing you need to do is hold forward. Well, there we go. You hold forward until you see a climb down prompt. Hit A. And listen. You need to listen when you hit the ground. Well, the way you can tell that you hit the ground is that you're still going to be facing the ladder, and it's going to say climb up. That's how you know you've touched the ground and you can move again. So right here, you're going to move to the left, and then you're going to move forward until you hit a wall. Then you're going to rotate the camera left, then you're going to move forward. And then you'll get right here to this climb down. Actually, you know what? I know the save point's right here. I'll make another save just for you guys. I forgot about that. Okay. This is what we're going to do. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and quit. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'm going to give you the actual visual first, and then we're going to go back to where we were, and, you know, we'll navigate darkness. Oh, except I forgot when you do it this way, it's going to load it. Okay, so whatever. You guys kind of got the gist, that you're going to be navigating through the dark. I forgot it did that. See, this is where we were at. And I'll show you where you started from. You started right here. You skipped the entire dungeon, this really annoying puzzle, and when you land right here. So, what you do, like I said, you would walk forward until you get the climb down prompt. So we did that, so we waited for this little cutscene to play out of him climbing down the ladder. Then I move to the left until I hit the wall. I run straight until I hit a wall. Then I turn left. And then go straight. Now I'm at another ladder. So this is going to be the spot that you're going to be like, what? Because we didn't do the darkness part, which I'm telling you the best way to learn this is to memorize this and then try it for yourself. So at this point I would... Look, I'll even do it. I'll do it this way for you. I will close my eyes. It'll be dark for me. So what you're going to do is you're going to move right a little bit, and then you're going to go straight. And you should start hearing whispers. If you hear whispers, you're in the right spot. So at this point I know that I can go left. So I'm going to rotate the camera left and move forward. And I'll know I'm moving because I can hear the footsteps. And once I do that, I'm going to go and move the camera right. And then I'm going to move forward. Did you move right a little bit more? Yeah. And at that point, it will trigger this. You're not going to be able to see this, though. It's still going to be dark at this point. You would skip that cutscene, and you would go forward down this hallway, then hang a right. And you'll see this door. When it's dark, you will see this door, and it'll be like your guide. Honestly, when you're going through here and you're navigating through the darkness, when you start going straight down this hallway, I'll usually turn Alex sideways, because you can see him at this point, and do this. And once I get right in front of the door, I know I can go forward. Alright, and there's Doc Fitch being a crazy man. So we have 3 prompts we have to do with him.
Do you need some help? You're bleeding bad. Don't you touch me. I bleed out the sin, but it goes back. So I must let it out every day.
Press
I
Y.
can stop the bleeding. I don't want your help. These wounds cannot heal.
Y again, and then it's going to be A.
I come here to remind myself. It's the only place I go where she listens to me.
Oh, it's 4 prompts. Okay, so it's Y, Y, Y,
She's
A.
here?
She's here with me now. My baby. My beautiful child. Daddy forgot to bring you a present today. She loves dollies.
So right here, you would give him the doll, which would start the cutscene, and then you would skip the cutscene and do the boss fight. Let me explain something about Scarlet. Scarlet is a very, very, very sensitive boss. For some reason, the pew pew gun really messes with this boss, to the point where if I immediately start shooting her when the fight starts, she'll freeze. Which you would think, oh, that's good, I can just shoot her until, you know, it's time to go to the second phase. She won't unfreeze until a certain amount of time, or I guess if you shoot all the parts on her body to where they're exposed. And doing that, though, you're gonna waste time. So what I try to do is I actually try to aim my shots. Like I'll shoot her arm, then one of her legs, then one of her arms, then one of her legs. And at that point, if she's still not down, then I'll start shooting her body. So that's what you're gonna do first. You shouldn't have a problem with this boss except for that maybe the freezing. And after that, I'll explain the second phase, which is way easier to control. Skip the cutscene. I'm gonna shoot her leg. Let her move. Shoot her other leg. Let her move. Shoot her arm. Let her move. Shoot the other part of her arm and let her move. Shoot her leg, let her move. Shoot the other part of her leg, and right there when she falls down, if you can't do the prompt to kill her, then you need to shoot the other parts of her arms. And she'll get back up, and that here is where you can start shooting her. When you get this that little cutscene that showed her back, you're ready for the second phase. So when I go up to her, there's going to be a prompt. I'm going to hit X. It's automatically use the pipe for me, and then we're going to mash A, and the game tries to trick you to think, okay, that was the boss fight, but it's not. She has a second phase where she becomes like a spider, and the way we're going to do this phase is you shoot her once, she'll fall down, then you go up to her, press X, stab her with the pipe, and you do that 3 times. After 3 times, she's dead. So we'll go ahead and do that. Hit X, mash A. Like I said, doesn't have to be too hard. Skip the cutscene of her transforming. Immediately shoot her. You do not want her to fall. If she starts climbing on the ceiling, you are going to waste time. She's going to push you off. Immediately shoot her. If you have to hit her. Ugh, that was so bad. And then one more time, and that's the boss fight. That's it. And that's Scarlet. Still one of my favorite boss designs. Okay. And then we're going to be put back into Doc Fitch's office. You can kind of move forward. There's a couple of cutscenes. It's gonna say, oh, I remember going here, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Go ahead and switch back to the pistol. And we're gonna leave. We're gonna head into the City Hall. We're really close to having this run be very similar to New Game Plus, any percent New Game Plus and any percent New Game. So walk forward. There should be a feral out here chasing you. So just keep walking forward. There we go. Go to this door to the left. Then go through this door right here. Get up to this little pedestal right here. Use the Founder's Key. It's going to open up the floor, and this is where we're going to get to the underground. As we're going down here, turn off your flashlight, because there's going to be 3 nurses, which, funny enough, we're not going to fight. So this is going to take us to the Ceremonial Dagger. The one thing that we kind of magically just kind of get in certain categories, but now we're actually going to get it. This is a really funny thing that happens. For some reason, we can go ahead and just examine this and watch the cutscene with the Ceremonial Dagger, because you can't skip this cutscene. It's just really funny that you would think you'd have to kill the nurses first to activate this. But no, the nurses are still there, and they will move if you have the flashlight on. They'll be moving towards you. But when the flashlight's off, they're just kind of at a standstill. Alright, Alex is going to recognize the dagger as the door handle in his basement, and then he's like, oh, that's where we need to go next. So that's the plan. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do after the cutscene is make sure you have the Ceremonial Dagger out. Come up to this little cinder block wall thing. Make a door handle. Hope to God the nurses aren't behind you. And you can go ahead and keep the knife out, because we're going to need it. So first things first, you're going to head right, then right again. This is a maze. Then left. Then right. And then you're going to hang a right again. You're not going to go through this first entrance, you're going to go into the second one, your second left. And if you've watched or done any percent New Game, this will look familiar to you. We're right here. So, I'm gonna go up here, and at this point, this is pretty much like the other runs. So we're gonna backtrack all the way to our house, back to the shepherd house. Just keep your knife out. You're gonna need it. You're not gonna switch into the pistol until after we go into the basement door. So at this point, just backtracking. Try not to get hit by anything. There are a lot of smogs and there are a lot of ferals here. Just dodge those guys. Go underneath here. There is a chance that you can get attacked by a feral. You get tackled, and it's terrible. A terrible thing. Smog is out of here. That's good. Sometimes he's just in your way. What's really funny, though, about this run, in any % new game, when I go forward right here, usually there's supposed to be a smog that spawns. For some reason, during all bosses, this smog doesn't spawn. So you don't even have to worry about that guy. At this point, you're home free. Especially if you killed the feral in the beginning in the pit. I'm gonna move on forward. And jump in the pit. There's gonna be a feral in here. Nope. Ooh, he got the tackle. That's bad. Oh, that's bad. Get up there. Okay, that could have been really bad. That's what you don't want to happen. There's 2 ferals down there. If you get tackled, do you see how much damage that did? Those things are the most damaging enemies in the game. Especially if they do that tackle. So, but nothing to really worry about. Health is kind of whatever. You just don't get below about 80-90%. I think it's 90, honestly, and you'll be fine. And there's health drinks and med kits they're everywhere. So if you're really scared that you're gonna die or something, you don't hesitate. Take the few second loss and just grab something so you don't lose a run, especially if you're gonna PB. Got to start somewhere, man. Can't be optimized right from the start. So all of a sudden we can go in here because remember we clipped out of the house. So this is actually our first time being in the basement. Alright. Skip the cutscene and then unlock the door. Grab the key and head upstairs. At this point you can switch back to the handy dandy laser pistol. Okay. Go ahead and use the key on the door. And now we're in the attic. We're going to do a clip up here after we do a puzzle. It's a fairly easy clip to do. Definitely it's one of the easier ones to do to practice on. Go ahead and push this out of the way. There is a clip that you can do right here, but it's not worth it if you if you don't do it first try. I don't do it. Skip the cutscene, and we're going to do a little slide puzzle. Remember, take your time when doing puzzles. Just follow the order that I'm doing. Okay, and then just mash A to grab all this stuff. Alright, and then instead of going back downstairs and going through that load door and having to waste time, we're going to do a clip. You're going to do the clip between this pole right here and this pole right here. Just do your traditional strafing. And once you get the pull, you're going to see yourself propel forward like really quick. Once you get to that point, just let go of aim, and you'll fall straight to the floor. So we actually skip going through that load door, which saves us a little bit of time. Then head downstairs. skip the cutscene, and now we're doing the Shepherd House dungeon. This dungeon we have to do in its entirety. We will be doing clips to make it a little bit easier, though. So, go ahead and start heading up the stairs. Grab the cleaver. Jump over the gap. Then you're going to grab this mask. Then grab the rabbit in the bathtub. There is a clip you can do right here that would take us where we need to be, but yet again, it's one of those things, if you don't do it very quick, you will waste time. I've only done it a couple of times in my runs, and it really didn't do much. So, 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to go downstairs, just backtrack. Alright, once you get into the kitchen, you're going to grab this mask to the left, immediately back out because you're going to get attacked by a bug. Just kind of back up. When he flies up in the air, shoot him. I find that to be the quickest way to deal with him, not having to like mash and pull him off your face. This is one of the instances that I was explaining about earlier. You know how like if you go up to something and hit LB and then use it, this is not the case. They want you to examine this and then open your inventory. Oh, sorry, that's my controller being dumb. So go into the inventory and use the indifferent mask, and then go on the other side, do the same thing, and use the frowning mask. So that's going to be one of the runes lit. We need to do 3 more. Once we leave the kitchen, we're going to get attacked by a schism. And since we have the laser pistol, the only thing we're going to do is we're just going to kill him. Just try to make sure he's not in the archway, or the doorway. Because when enemies die in this game, their hitboxes stay active for a little bit after they're laying on the ground. After they're laying on the ground. So, if he dies in the middle of this, most of the time you're not going to get around him. So, it's good to have him die outside the doorway. And then just hit the lever. And we're going to go upstairs. And we'll also have our first clip of the dungeon. And there's going to be 2 methods you can do this. You can do this 2 different ways, I should say. 2 different methods. So grab the metal. Go up here. Go underneath here. Grab the second metal. The vile axe metal. That guy won't wake up until we backtrack, but guess what? We're not going to backtrack. We're going to clip. And never go back over there again. Except when I go back here again to show you another way of doing it. And the Fallen Star Medal. Alright. So use the Heart of Darkness in the middle. The star on the left. And the Vile Axe on the right. I'll light that room. And now you have 2 options here. Since we're technically in the attic. You can do the exact same clip that we did after the slide puzzle, which would be right here. I feel like the pull, though, is a little slower, so I go for this other option, which is clipping right here. This will drop us right on the staircase. It's just a little harder to get the clip in. Sometimes it's really resistant. Turn to the left. When you're starting to get pulled into the wall, or into the pipe, I guess you should say. And once you turn left, you'll fall, and you'll be right on the staircase. So, a little bit quicker. And I'll go ahead and show you where you would fall if you did the other clip. And it's pretty much in the same spot as where it was earlier. These guys are going to wake up. I don't care, though. So you can clip right here. Start to get the pull. It'll slow down, so you're going to want to maneuver yourself a little bit, like kind of look to the left. And you'll fall in the exact same spot as you did after the slide puzzle. So either which way you choose, as you're going down the stairs, go ahead and switch to your knife. You're going to need the knife for the next room. And we're going to do another puzzle. So go in here. Have the small hand go to 2 and the big hand to 6, so 206. Skip the cutscene of these little shutters opening up. Go to the lit one, left bumper, and use Robbie. And that's that puzzle. Oh my god, it's so hard. And then use the knife on the spooky door. Grab the butcher's knife. Kind of forces you to grab the drawing, so just kind of mash through it. And then as you're going back downstairs, just make sure you switch back to the handy-dandy pistol. And go ahead and hit the lever for the last time. Alright, instead of going down in the basement right here, we're actually going to go over here. And we're going to clip through this wall. So you'll clip through, like, rectangle right there and this rectangle right here. So this main spot. This one has very, very thin hit detection. Makes it one of the easier clips to get in the game. So, pretty easy pull. And then if you get stuck for any kind of reason right there, just kind of... Because sometimes you'll, like, instead of just immediately falling to the floor, you might have to let go of aim and then hit aim again, but you'll always fall through the floor. So now we're down here. Go ahead and switch to the knife to open the door. And as we're walking up to this big body to grab the next key item, make sure you switch back to the pistol. Okay. And just match the shapes. Not too hard. Alright, and then that's the shepherd house. Couple of easy clips, easy puzzles. Not a lot of enemy interaction. We fight a bug and a schism, so not too bad. A lurker is gonna spawn behind us right here, but doesn't really matter. He's kind of dumb. And just go up to the door. And that's it. And then we have another unskippable cutscene. So just kind of get your bearings. That's what I do. Alright. Skip this cutscene right here. There'll be one more cutscene after this, and then a load screen. Those ones you can kind of just mash start. It's not really a big deal. And skip that gray screen. As you're going up these stairs, I kind of just face this direction, and makes it a little bit easier to go up. And then just jump the gaps. Okay, go underneath here. Be a little cutscene with Wheeler, but we can skip it. Whee! Yeah, just keep following the way I'm going. We'll get to the fun stuff again in a second, I promise. We're not too far away from a clip. So instead of turning off the electricity and doing a bunch of stuff to get in the penitentiary, we're going to clip through one wall and just go in. So go through this door over here, it'll be a load screen. And we're going to go to the left and clip through a wall. This wall is a little bit different than the others. We're going to be doing a new technique called shotgun turning to help us get to the wall, because this push, as we get pulled through into the wall, it's not going to immediately push us out. We have to kind of do something to help us get out. So, first thing you're going to do is you're going to start the clip, and once you get it, you got to do something a little different than you might be used to. As you get the clip, you need to look down and to the left. Once the screen starts shaking, you can let go of aim, switch to shotgun, aim with the shotgun, look down, and then use the left stick and move right, and then move the camera into the wall. And when you do that, it'll push you right out of the wall. If you kind of are stuck in the wall when you're turning and you're not getting pushed out, just switch back to your pistol and just make sure you're as far out as you can be. And like I said, the way you can tell is because the screen will start shaking. So instead of doing all that crap, guess what? We're already in the penitentiary. Move forward for cutscene skip. There's going to be 2 clips here. They're a little difficult. One's clipping through a fence. The other one is clipping basically through 2 walls. But don't worry, we got setups. After you pull the lever, skip the cutscene showing the door opening. Go around this corner. There's going to be a window pane. Just shoot it. Hop over. I know all this stuff is just stuff that you can just easily memorize, but I mean, just this walk to this place and do this. It's the real, you know what makes the run real. The clips. It's what makes this game a lot of fun to run. All right, as we go forward right here, there's going to be 2 order soldiers. The pew pew gun will kill them with 1 headshot and 1 body shot. So that's kind of what you want to go for. If you want to go for headshots all the way and you can do it, do it. It's not a big deal. So I'm thinking of regular pistol. It's a headshot. A headshot will kill them. I'm sorry. A headshot will kill them. Always aim for the head. I'm thinking of other stupid things because I'm dumb. Alright. Go through here. There's going to be 2 more guards at this door right here. Go through the right door, kill the guy that's in front of you. There's going to be a guy right here. So kill the first guy that's going to be right in front of you, and then kind of turn around and kill the other one. Try not to get stun locked. Alright. Something that's very important about to happen. We're about to fight a Siam, which we're just going to kill. But after the Siam dies, we're going to do something a little neat. After he dies, I'm going to roll into a corner, and that's actually going to push me forward, a little bit more forward than I need to be, than I should be. And it'll help me get in front of Wheeler as he's trying to guide us to this one area in the penitentiary. But if we can get in front of him, we can actually save time, because he'll skip a few parts of us having to wait. So I'll try to do this in real time. There's a few spots where you can actually do this. So skip the cutscene after he says, "Hey, nice work." Walk over here, roll, start a roll, and let's see if we can't get in front of him right here. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. And we did! And this is what you want. You want to get in front of him, because this allows you to jump across first. Immediately just go to the lever and hit it. You still get to stay in front of him. No waiting. Just constantly, you get to play at your own pace, not Wheeler's. Open the door, let him in. There you go. That's the best case scenario. If you don't get in front of him like I did in the beginning, sometimes when you're about to get to the gap to jump, Wheeler will make a weird turn and like stall himself, and you can actually get in front of him right there. And if you don't get in front of him right there, then you can get in front of him after the lever pull, and when you're going through the doors. So, you have 3 chances to get in front of him. Alright, so go over here. He's going to open the door for us, and we're going to get to the first clip of the penitentiary. Both these clips, though, are going to be right back to back. So first things first is we're going to go right here. We're trying to clip through this wall right here. And the best way I do it, I kind of angle myself to where I'm facing kind of like this. And I start doing my strafe into this wall. And once I get up the pool, and you'll be able to tell when you get the pool, like that, kind of move to the left. Oh, I lost it. There we go. Just kind of turn left, you go through both of these walls. Once you start seeing yourself raise up because you're getting on this table, you can let go of aim, and Alex will shoot straight up. At that point, you're trying to get off the table, and as you can see, he can't do it. So what you're going to do right here is you're going to do a little gun walking and hold forward. And once you can see yourself kind of move, then you're probably going to fall off the table. So at that point, you'll be fine. Alright, and then you're going to clip right here through this fence. There is a gap down here. If you accidentally fall in that gap, you actually are going to trigger a cutscene, and you're going to be down there. You don't want to be down there. Your main objective is to get on top of this tunnel. Because if you get on top of the tunnel, the game gets confused thinking we're inside the tunnel, which allows us to completely skip all of the rest of these puzzles. We don't have to do them anymore. So, what I tend to do, also the fence will sometimes do that. Sometimes the fence will act like a pillar and shoot you straight up. Sometimes you'll get resistance. You just kind of gotta mess with it. You'll know. See, like how it's making me climb. You don't want that. Okay, it's gonna start pushing me forward. At that point, I start looking down, and then I hold forward. And if you do it right, you'll be up here. You will miss this gap, not trigger the cutscene, and you can continue on your way. So now that the game thinks that we're inside the tunnel, we'll just keep on going. It's going to trigger all the dialogue and everything that would happen. But here's the problem. The cutscene trigger is right here at this little archway. So if I walk across it, nothing happens because the cutscene trigger isn't that tall. It's tall, but it's not going through this tunnel. So it's not going to activate. So what are we going to do? We're going to get down right here, and we're just going to roll into the cutscene trigger. We can actually clip his body in there and hit the cutscene trigger. And when we do that, we're now in the tunnel, but nothing is loading properly. We're supposed to be seeing an image of Alex's mom on a torture rack, but it doesn't load properly. Look at the dramatic shots of nothing. So, go ahead and skip that. Pick whatever choice you want. It really doesn't matter. And then skip this cutscene right here, and everything is going to load properly. So, as you can see, that's what we were looking at. And we're going to continue on through the penitentiary. Go through here, we're going to have one very, very easy puzzle. Press start to skip the cutscene. It's going to be horse, coffin, and nothing. And that's it. Put your hand inside and squeeze. Skip the cutscene right here. This is right here one of the scarier instances where you can have a cutscene glitch happen. The first one being when you rescue Wheeler from the prison. That's why I say don't skip the cutscene until he says, "Hey, nice work back there," because that's a safe spot to do the cutscene skip. If you try to skip the cutscene too quick, sometimes you'll pause the game, and for some reason, sometimes it'll fuck up the actual ability to skip cutscenes. The cutscene will be playing, it'll fade out, and it'll fade back in, and you're still in the cutscene. And you can keep doing it, it'll fade out, fade in, fade out, fade in, and you're just stuck, and you have to watch it. So, do not try to skip this cutscene until Alex hits the ground. Once he hits the ground, hit start, you'll never have it happen to you. So, alright. And we're about to get to asphyxia, which is a very easy fight. It just has a few outcomes that could happen in the beginning, and one being, you know, really fast, and the third being really slow. And by really slow, it's really not even that big of a difference. Maybe about 5 seconds. Alright, just kind of walk through this bunch of nothingness. Very reminiscent of Simon's Quest. Alright, once you get through here, this is another spot where you can roll into the cutscene trigger to move forward. So, we're going to fight 2 Needlers here. What we do is we're going to put ourselves a little bit more forward, because we know these things can block when we shoot them. We're going to get around them. Wheeler's going to be firing from right here. If we can have them face us, and Wheeler can keep shooting them, good. And you know, we can also fire as well and help them out. But at the same time, we're also going to be backing up into the door that we need to get into, which will only open after the Needlers are dead. So, first things first, get in here, roll. You know you've done it right if Alex comes into frame, which he does. Kind of go around over here, and then start backing up and just kind of help him fire. And there you go. You can just go right through the door. The most optimal way of getting through that room. And now we're at Asphyxia. So I'll go ahead and explain the 3 things that can happen here. When the fight starts, you are just going to start blasting her with the pistol. So the fastest option, or the fastest thing that'll happen, is she will start stuttering. So every time a shot hits her, she'll start doing this. If you keep shooting her, she'll eventually fall. That's the fight. You press X to end the fight, and you're done. Second thing that can happen, you shoot her so much that she goes into her second phase, and she goes for the command grab. If she grabs you, well, if she goes for the grab, just dodge, then shoot her tail, and then shoot her, and keep shooting her until the X prompt comes up after that. Just make sure to try to dodge the grab. You just have to react to it. And the worst thing that can happen is she screams at us with her scream attack. When that happens, you'll know because she'll start gargling up black stuff. Just move far away from her so she can't hit you. Keep shooting her. Then usually if she'll walk up to you and try to command grab you. Dodge that, shoot her tail. At that point, the fight should be done too. So 3 possible outcomes. Just kind of depends how she wants to play it. Also, try not to miss shots. You want to get as many shots in as possible.
Judge Holloway.
Alright, see what we get. Alright, we got the command grab, which I did not dodge. That's another thing. When she goes for the command grab, did you see how she, like, wiggled? That's how you know she's going to go for the command grab. So I have to dodge her tail. Not a big deal. I'm just going to keep shooting her. Dodge the grab. Shoot her tail once, and that should be the fight. Yep. Skip the cutscene. Go through here. It's not the best fight, because I did get grabbed, but you kind of get the gist of it. Just kind of react to what she does. If she's stuttering, you got the good one. Just keep firing until she falls. If you keep shooting her and then she wiggles, she's going to command grab you. And if she gets close to you and starts gargling that black stuff, she's going to scream. So, just remember those things, and that fight will be very easy. Alright, next is the Notorious Church. I should say the last 7 clips in the game. Yes, we have 7 more clips to do. These are going to be some of the hardest ones in the game. The church is notorious for killing runs for the 3rd clip in this stage is a run killer. Not saying that any of the other clips in this stage can be run killers, because they can be. But I'm going to try to show you setups in ways that you will consistently get past the first 2 clips. So go up here, go into the church, and then right when we get through the load screen, we're going to go to the right. We're not going to deal with doing any of the puzzles in here. We're going to clip through everything and just be done with this area. So, not the first rhombus, not the second rhombus, but the 3rd rhombus. That's where you want to kind of start clipping. So, it's going to happen. Just kind of do your regular strafing, typical clipping method. Eventually you'll get something. That's what you want. You want that kind of pool. But, let's say I'm trying to go through the wall, and I get met with some form of resistance. Something like that. How the screen is shaking. The only thing you have to do to fix this is let go of aim, kind of move to the left or the right. Just kind of depends where you're at. And then aim again, and the pull should actually just let you in. If it doesn't, just keep doing it until it does. So I'm going to let go, move to the left, and just like that, I'm getting the pull. Just kind of start looking down to the left so you start getting through the wall. Once the screen starts shaking, you can let go of aim, switch to the shotgun, aim, don't look down. Then you're going to move the left stick to the right, and you're going to move the left stick, the camera, into the wall. So when you do that, you'll get something like that, and you'll pop right out of the wall. So, easy peasy. Got an easy strat to get in, get out. Alright, on to the second clip. Got a unskippable cutscene right here. I'm gonna go up these stairs. Alright. I knew I was going to forget that, and I always do, and I do this in my runs. I am so mad at myself right now. Holy crap, I cannot believe I forgot that. Okay, real quick, I need you guys to kind of fast forward your brains real quick. Do you remember when we got back to the Shepherd house? We grabbed the attic key, and we went upstairs, and we went through the attic door. We forgot to do something that is very, very important in this run. While it's not gonna kill the run, well, it would hurt if you did this before, but there's this little trick. It's called the laser pistol dupe. So when we actually get back to the Shepherd house, before we go into the attic, we're supposed to go into our room and get the laser pistol. And since I forgot to get the laser pistol, when we get to the underground after the church, usually if you've grabbed the extra pistol, all your items get taken away except for one of them. So you actually have a laser pistol, and it makes everything so much easier. Like, at least just killing the order soldiers. But that's really the only thing that's going to do. So, when we get to the underground, I'm going to be doing this the any % new game way. But just remember, you have to grab that pistol. I need to make like a note or something. Oh, it's really bad that I forgot that. I'm so mad that I forgot that. Okay. So first things first, we're going to get to this clip right here. What you're going to do is as you're getting sucked in, you're going to look down and to the left. Once the screen starts shaking, you're going to let go. Look at that little dot over there. Aim. Let go. Switch to shotgun. Look down. And then you're going to turn the camera to the right, and you're going to move to the left. So it'll look like this. And if you get it right, you'll pop right out of the wall. Every single time. Alright, here's Church 3. This is the Run Killer clip. What you're going to do is you're trying to get in right here. And the only thing you need to do is you're going to start the clip right here. Alex is going to be on top of the desk now. And the only thing you're going to do is you're going to hold left until you start turning. And if you get lucky, you'll get pushed right into the center. If you don't, the only thing you need to do, instead of like trying to clip again, is look to the right, let him get back up, and then look to the left again and see if you get pushed in. Sometimes you will and sometimes you won't. It just takes a little bit. And if you get pushed out, the only thing you have to do is clip again. Not too difficult. The only hard part about this is just getting it. Getting pushed in the center first try. That's what kills runs. So, you'll eventually get it. See? Just like that. Eventually you'll fall through. And at this point, you're just going to move kind of over here to the right. You just kind of have to feel the hole that you need to get into. See, now we're right here. I'm just going to move down. Just kind of follow the pipe. Stay with the pipe, I should say. And then once we get to this wall right here, we're going to do pistol walking again. Remember we did that with the pillar clip towards the beginning of the run. Until we fall. And there we go. That's the church. Run through here, go to the elevator. Press the button, skip the cutscene. And that's that. And now we're going to be in the underground. This is the final area of the game. Skip the cutscene and just start mashing A. It's going to be the prompt that you're going to have to do. Like I said, it doesn't matter how fast you mash, just go to normal pace. Skip the cutscene right there and start mashing X. Skip the cutscene. Okay, so at this point, if we would have grabbed the extra laser pistol, which I didn't because I'm a plebeian, you still need to grab the dagger. So grab the dagger. Come over here, and this is where you would have the laser pistol. And instead of having to do this way, you'd go over here, shoot that guy, he'd die. Wouldn't worry about getting hit, because you wouldn't get hit. You wouldn't grab the pistol, you would grab the key. And these guys would be dead, and you wouldn't have to worry about them, but since I suck, I have to do it this way. Am I in danger? Yes. I don't have a health kit, do I? See what happens? If I would have had the laser pistol, I wouldn't have to deal with this. But now I'm injured. And then these two guys would have popped out and you'd been like, pew, pew. And you've been like, good job, you did it. Just ignore this part. Alright. So after you kill those guys with the laser pistol, you'll come over here and run up to this door, use the key. This guy will come at you, just pew pew laser him. And then we're going to be doing a pillar clip right here. See if we can get it a little quick. Shit. Okay, we got this. We got this. Easy peasy. Alright. That looked good. You want to get some kind of resistance in the pillar. Kind of where like the screen is shaking like that. And sometimes you'll get shot straight through the ceiling, but sometimes you'll get stuck and you have to like look up. And when you do that, most of the time you'll get shot through the ceiling. These are definitely, like I said, some of the harder clips in the game to do. So, just like the church, these will be ones that you practice the most. I promise. Come on now. We got a run to finish. There we go. If you get something like this and you're kind of stuck and you're trying to pistol walk, as you can see, if you keep pistol walking and kind of look to the right, it'll keep raising you up until it gets you to the exact spot where you need to be. And then after that, you just pistol walk forward to that little gap. And you just keep doing it. There we go. Go over here, grab your stuff back. At this point, you should already have your laser pistol out, but make sure you have your laser pistol out. Alright, this clip right here, there's a couple of methods of doing this. You can do a shotgun turn, or you can do the quick pistol. I prefer doing quick pistol, but sometimes it doesn't work. So, do the pistol method, you'll kind of look towards the wall. Then you're going to aim, move right, and move the camera right all at the same time. And if you get it right, you'll get pushed out of the wall. But if you fail it the first time, most of the time you're not going to get it again. And at that point, it's good just to try to go for a shotgun turn like this. But I can guarantee you sometimes you're not going to make it all the way out. You're going to get pushed back into the other side just like that. So, I tried doing it the pistol way. You kind of know how to do it that way. Let's see if I can't do the shotgun turn. So just kind of... Oh goodness. Getting some resistance. You get resistance here, it's kind of annoying. Alright, so once the screen starts shaking, switch to the shotgun, aim, and kind of move to the right while looking to the left. You can kind of slow it down. There you go. Just like that. That'd be the shotgun method of getting out of there. You can do the pistol method. If you do get it, good. If not, you can try then you can try the shotgun turn. So, got two different ways of trying to get out of there. And then after that, you just go over here, kind of clip kind of close to the door frame, and you should just start getting pulled in like this. And after a certain point, it's going to trigger the cutscene on the other side. Alright? Everything's going to be dark in here because technically L is supposed to be with us at this point, so this whole part's not loading properly. I never give him the med kit because it actually lets you keep the med kit, so I never do that. But now you're in darkness again. The door is kind of to your right, so what you're going to do is you're going to move your camera right for like a split second, move forward. If you stop moving forward, that means you're not in the right spot. So you just kind of have to play with the camera. See right there, I just had to move right a very tiny little bit to get to the door. If you have to, if you look this way, you can kind of see the exit over there, and then you can kind of just judge. It's a good way of figuring out. It's another way, kind of like with the Doc Fitch office. Kind of come here when it's when the room is actually loaded, and then you can actually, you know, see. So you're gonna be in this room too. Just kind of go to the door. You pretty much know where to go at this point. And then we have one more clip, the Mac Daddy of them all. Alright, instead of doing this big old puzzle, which would make us spin these freaking rings around this slow, and it takes 1 minute and 30 seconds to do, we're just going to clip through this freaking door. There's a lot of factors in clipping through this door, and honestly, towards the end of you learning this game, and you learn all the other clips, you will be practicing this clip more than anything. Because if you get this first try, you save 1.5 minutes. So first things first, the clip's going to start right here, in this little section. There is a pillar right here. If you start getting a pillar climb, you don't want that to happen. If you do start getting a pillar climb, just kind of let go of aim, and then re-aim again, and try to move yourself into the door. That's what I try to do. That way, so you don't, like, waste getting a pull. But this clip can take a long time. It can honestly take, you know, 2 seconds. It just kind of depends. There we go. That's a good pull. If you get a pull this deep, you've probably got this done. in the bag. Is it gonna push me out? Oh wow, it pushed me all the way through. I didn't even have to shotgun turn. Usually when you get a pull like that, you're gonna have to shotgun turn. But please check out the other tutorial videos, the Any% New Game Plus and the Any% New Game. There are so many different ways you can clip to this door, and I think every single, in each one of these tutorials I've done, I've had a different clip happen. So go check those out as references. It really will help if you just kind of get an understanding of what it looks like. But at this point, when you make it to the door, you'll just walk over here. This room will load. You'll come up to this little gravestone, and there's going to be 3 cutscene triggers and then the fight with Amnian. And the Amnian fight is 4 shots, and it's done. So when the fight starts, you need to shoot her immediately because she's going to shoot bile at you. So shoot her once, wait, shoot her again, second phase will be triggered, shoot her once, wait, kind of like start, and you can also like walk forward as you're shooting to get closer to her. And then you're going to shoot her the second time, and after that you just run up to her, hit X, and that's it. GG. So, kind of take your time skipping these cutscenes, because the cutscene glitch can happen, so wait. And here's the boss fight. Here we go. Going to shoot her once. That's what happens if you miss. Don't miss. Shoot her once. Wait, shoot her twice. Second phase will be triggered. Okay, shoot her once, walk forward, shoot her twice, hit X, and that's the run. Pretty much showed you everything except for getting the pistol dupe. But the only thing you have to do is when you come back to the Shepherd house, after getting the attic key, you go into your room and grab the pistol again. That is the only thing you have to do. And then when you're in the underground, you just use the laser pistol the whole time. It's so self-explanatory, it's not even funny. Like, if it was something really bad, I would remake this video. But I honestly think it's something that common sense should just show. Like, as long as you know how and why you have a second pistol, it should be that easy to explain. Just kill these guys, be done with it. So, I'll put little notes, like, don't forget to do this. So, but there you go, guys. There is all bosses New Game Plus. Another category down. We got what, 3 tutorials now, so that's awesome. And that should be it for me. The last thing I need to do is I'll kind of show the clipping. Essentially I'm just going to do a compilation of all the clips and all the runs, so people can just use those as a quick reference. But other than that, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you pick up this category. If not, maybe look at one of the other different categories. But hope to see you submit a run soon. But appreciate it, guys. And you guys have a good one. And cut. I picked 6 if you're still in here.